We started it off right with Miss Badkiss all the way from Manila, and wasn't she amazing? And then Mark came on for a little bit, but we're going to bring Mark on, DJ Lingo on right after this quick introduction. But I just wanted to welcome everyone, and we're going to have Kapit Bisig share why Filipinos should stand together for solidarity, a little bit about the organization and the places that we're donating to, which is really important. So we want to form you all throughout the day and play music and have performances and have fun. I want to give a shout out to everybody that is going to be on today. So we had Miss Badkiss starting it off. Then next we have Lingo and Reason from New Jersey. Then after that we have DJ Kicks from Orange County, California. And then after that it's me, and I have with me alongside my girls, my queens. We have Leah McFly, Waukesha, dancing next to me. And then we'll have on the mic Sayla Genesis doing some poetry and spoken word and emceeing and freestyling like she does. And then after that, Jericho is going to be here, right here at Junior. So come down too if you guys are in Montreal. We're having a party here. Obviously, COVID protocol, 50% capacity. Let us know if you're coming down. We'll reserve a table. And so Jericho, OG in Montreal, Goon Tribe. And then after that, we have DJ Quest streaming from home. We got all the OGs in Montreal here representing. And then we have Amalia. He's going to play Mamalia from Vancouver, one of my besties. Queen of Modern Funk, First Lady of Modern Funk. And then we have Tootie, of course, Tootie Flores, streaming from home. And then to end it off, we have JoJo. So shout out to JoJo Flores and Tootie and the Junior Filipino family out here hosting this event. So again, thank you for joining us. So I'm going to introduce Veronica and Alan from Kapit Bisig. This wouldn't be possible without these guys. So it's a collaboration, it's a team effort. So thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having us. Welcome everyone. Mabuhay sa lahat. First, we're going to start with a quote. This moment holds possibilities for change that we have never experienced before. We are asked now to consider how we might imagine justice in the future. I don't know if we have never experienced this kind of global challenge to racism and to consequences of slavery and colonialism. This is a pivotal moment. This is a moment of possibility. That does not mean that we are offered a new future. What we are offered is the possibility of reimagining and recreating the future. These are the words of prison abolitionist, revolutionary, professor, black feminist, and activist Angela Davis during a speech held in June 2020. In this event, we are raising our collective voices against police brutality, systemic racism, and state violence. Right now, we're June in Canada, and it's considered the Filipino Heritage Month. And we decided to embrace the revolutionary spirit and collectivity of our country by putting together this fundraiser for grassroots groups and movements for the homeland to Turtle Island, fighting against anti-black racism and oppression during COVID-19. These pressures and challenges of COVID-19 laid bare what communities impacted by systemic racism and oppression have already known. The governments and the institutions meant to keep us healthy and safe often exclude, target, and survey us. Black, indigenous, and people of color across the globe are most impacted by the pandemic, while the state continues to use force, neglect, and violence to keep people silent, to suppress and erase them, especially black and indigenous people. But the silence is broken and has been many times in the past. We are here to be united and provide practical support to those who are resisting a system that was built on their own backs, those who are rebuilding and transforming our communities. We plan to continue working together and joining forces with those in our networks and anyone here who would like to engage in grassroots community building. You will hear more throughout the day in videos and statements about why we are doing this important and how important it is to do this type of event. We actually organized this with Kapit Bisig, with Alan right here beside me, Rizal, DJ Blessed, and Mark DJ, who was here earlier but will come back. And Jackie actually is behind the scenes of all of this. Shout out to you, Jackie. And it just then morphed into something bigger and better as we shared more about what solidarity means to all of us and how we can each bring our passions, creativity, and resources together to give back to the community. I will pass now to my co-host here, Alan, to talk about what we do as Kapit Bisig members and what we do with our community. And it just then morphed into something bigger and
It's okay.
better as we
So before speaking about the proceeds and where they're going, we would like to acknowledge the land in which we organize and live, and the actions we take as organizers in the context of historical and present colonialism. We recognize our roles as settlers on Turtle Island, known as Canada and United States, that our continuous migration and presence contributes to the project of colonization all the way back to the 1400s. We are holding our live streaming on unceded indigenous lands. The Kanien'kehá:ka Nation is recognized as the custodian of the lands and waters on which we gather today. Tejage, Montreal, is historically known as the gathering place for many First Nations. In our organizing efforts as Anakbayan, a progressive youth organization for national democracy in the Philippines, we aim to win the revolutionary movement as the means of ending the exploitation and colonization of the lands, peoples, and resources abroad. We support the cause of national progressive organizations in the Philippines, such as Bayan Canada, to end the unlawful imprisonment, targeting, and displacement of farmers, indigenous peoples, and urban poor, largely because of foreign interests, military and government corruption, and corporate profit. We call for global systems that prioritize employment, livelihoods, education, social services, land ownership, and health over profits, and the mass accumulation of wealth by a few. It's through organizing ourselves, our kababayans, and our communities through joining grassroots movement and building collective solidarity that we aim for ending the system that keep colonialism intact. Of course, the event is mainly about getting the money we raise to the people on the ground supporting Filipino, Black, and Indigenous communities. The link for donations is posted on the event page, and we will be reposted throughout the day on various chats. So all the proceeds from this event are going to be distributed evenly between 4 organizations selected for their missions, the groups they support, and in doing outreach to them through our network. The first would be Task Force Children of the Storm. Hashtag Tulong Paslit Laban sa COVID Project. The Task Force Children of the Storm is a consortium of 5 child-focused organizations and institutions that came together for the purpose of providing assistance of disaster-stricken communities for children. Tulong Paslit is a relief distribution and information drive project for children, poor families affected by COVID-19. Hoodstock Montreal. Hoodstock Montréal Nord generates spaces of dialogue and mobilizes initiatives to eliminate systematic inequalities and develop united, inclusive, safe, dynamic communities. The Native Women's Shelter of Montreal. The goals of the Native Women's Shelter is to provide a safe environment where women can begin to rebuild their lives. The NWSM offers support and frontline services to First Nations, Inuit, and Métis, women and children to promote their empowerment and independence. The NWSM is the only women's shelter in Montreal that provides services exclusively to Aboriginal women and their children. And finally, the Okra Project. The Okra Project is a collective that seeks to address the global crisis faced by Black trans people by bringing home cooked, healthy, and culturally specific meals and resources to Black trans people wherever we can reach them. So yeah.
Thank you so much, Alan and Veronica. And now I wanted to just mention one more DJ all the way from Vancouver. I forgot to mention on the list. Rico Uno will be streaming also right before Jojo. So thank you guys so much. Thanks everyone. Sorry? Yes, thank you. No, thanks to everyone. This is a group effort, everyone involved. everybody participated, and also for the flyers, Alan, thank you so much. That was all the artwork there too. And yes, well, now we have DJ Lingo and Reason from New Jersey.